This is Robert Murtolacci, the Mindshare Learning Report, Canada's Learning and Technology magazine. I'm here at TIFF Lightbox here in Toronto, Canada, and I have the good fortune of having a Mindshare Learning moment with Jack Blum, the Executive Director of Real Canada, here at the kickoff for Canada Film Day 150, slated for April 19th. Thank you for the invitation, Jack.
I'm happy you're here, Bob.
Well, what an exciting day you have planned, and what inspired this?
Oh gosh, well, as you know, we've been taking Canadian film around to high schools across Canada, and then we started showing these films to new Canadians as part of their English as a second language classes, and the response is always so overwhelming. We just thought, is there a way to get these films to everybody, to all Canadians? The commercial distribution system makes that so difficult, and we thought, what if we just did it for one day? What if we just made one day when Canadians could watch Canadian films? And that's how it got started. We started it about 4 years ago, but we really had our eye on the sesquicentennial, thinking that if we did prototypes, then by the time 2017 rolled around, we'd be able to really pull something off, and it seems to have come true in that way.
You've had some amazing people here engaged in the Canadian film industry. There's a lot of pride and commitment to Canadian culture and diversity.
A huge commitment to all of those things. And remember that Canadian filmmakers generally toil in obscurity. It's so hard for their films to find an audience that the fact that we actually connect with audiences means that they support us 100%. You have people like Colm Feore and Patrick Huard with their new Bon Cop 2 sequel coming out, and Robert Lantos and Vinay Virmani, and these wonderful, wonderful actors who help us because we're showing their work to people that they want to see it.
Well, it was cool. I had the opportunity to interview Vinay. He's a fellow York graduate. And the path isn't always direct for students in pursuing careers. He's a business graduate. And we're talking about 21st century skills, really, when we're talking about digital literacy.
He's a very sharp businessman and a hugely talented movie star and a writer and producer. So I'm not sure he's an example of anything because he's quite extraordinary. But what I want to talk about, if it's all right, is on National Canadian Film Day, we have an offering for high schools that's really, really special. And it's going to star Vinay. Vinay is going to be the host. So schools across the country will be invited to watch one of two films, either Breakaway, starring Vinay, or The Trotsky, starring Jay Baruchel and Emily Hampshire. And then they're going to, on National Canadian Film Day, April 19th, they'll be invited to log into a live webcast. That's supported by Google. It's going to come out of the YouTube creative space, and it'll be an hour. And so every participating student will be able to ask questions of the actors in studio about the movie they've seen and talk about Canadian film. But it's even more interesting. We're working with a company called Red Space, very innovative, and they're turning the whole thing into a kind of a game so that kids will be answering questions about Canadian film while they listen to the interviews, while they ask their own questions. There'll be a leaderboard for which school is leading as they watch the webcast. Cool. And there's even going to be a story, and if the kids tweet enough and email us enough questions, there'll be a secret actor, I can't reveal his name, but he's neat, who's going to be moved from space to space as they tweet and as they email, and then eventually he will turn up in some undetermined school by surprise, some school that's participating in the webcast. This actor will turn up and at the end of the show. So it's a whole, we really want to show how engaging interweb learning can be by really making sure that every participating kid can affect what goes on the screen.
It's an exciting time to be in education, I like to say, and you're a testament to being one of the key leaders in Canada in driving that change leadership, if I can call it that.
Thank you.
And through cinema is there's nothing more powerful than that, and we experienced that here today. So thank you again, and congratulations on the launch.
Bob. Thank you. Happy National Canadian Film Day.
Pleasure. That was Jack Blum, the Executive Director of Real Canada. My name is Robert Murtolacci, the Mindshare Learning Report, and until next time, keep the learning curve steep.